My name is Chris O'Driscoll. I'm a musician based in Woodstock, New York. I've been playing guitar since I was 13. I won't tell you how old I am now, but it's been decades. We're here at this camp, my first songwriting camp ever. And feels good to meet all these people. Feels good to be outside, playing music, sitting around campfires with people who know songs that you know. Yeah. So I live in Woodstock, New York. And there's this legend in Woodstock. And the legend goes, if you sleep in the mountain that's in town, and in the shadow of the mountain, the mountain will keep calling you back forever. It won't quit. And at first I thought that was charming, like a cute little local legend. But the more I thought about it, the more haunting it felt. In the depths of darkness, I find my way. This mountain stands so tall, casting its shade. Its allure is haunting. It mesmerizes cause, a force no one can resist. It grips me in thralls. I'm caught in its grip now, like a moth to the flame. This mountain shadow dances, it whispers my name. A dangerous attraction, it pulls me in deep. I'm lost in this abyss with secrets I can't keep. There is a magnetism, a twisted sensation. This mountain's grip tightens, it fuels my fixation. In the shadow of this mountain I reside, bound by its power, there's nowhere to hide. The spell that I'm under, this curse I endure, I'm wondering if this mountain's my savior or my torturer. In the twilight hours, I search for release. But this mountain shadow mocks me, it will not grant me peace. Restless slumber, dreams tainted by this mountain spell. I'm trapped in this cycle, prisoner of this mountain hell. This mountain's hold tightens, there is no escape. Its whispered promises, a twisted landscape. In the shadow of this mountain I'm confined, chained to its presence, we're forever entwined. A riddle unsolved, a fate I can't reverse. Lost in this darkness, my soul is immersed. higher fought against the current of this mountain's creeks. In the depths of this mountain, the rattlesnake speaks, accepting my fate, surrendering to the unknown. In the depths of this mountain, I will make my home. In the shadow of this mountain, I'll remain a prisoner among the pines, never to abstain. Embracing those secrets, now they flood my veins. This is my path, blessing or curse, I'll remain. Another song? What keeps me living? What keeps me going? What keeps me thinking? What is the point now? How am I breathing? How are you feeling? How is the mood now? How are we alive now? Go get some help. Well, I need some mouth to mouth. Who has been listening? Who has been asking? Who am I really? Who am I fooling? Why did I come here? Why am I still here? Where do I go now? When are we leaving? Go get some help. Well, I need some mouth to mouth. Who's unraveling now? Who's unraveling now? Who's unraveling now? Look, who's unraveling? What's the best brunch spot? Who did your headshots? How should we split this? When we'd become this? Where is the lighter? How do I light this? Which way is it going? Hey, who is your therapist? Go get some help. Well, I need some mouth to mouth. Who's unraveling now? Who's unraveling now? Who's unraveling now? Look, who's unraveling? Who's unraveling now? Who's unraveling now? Who's unraveling now? Look, who's unraveling? And this last song is a completely true story. I think it's important to know going into that. You heard this one already, I think. I was in Las Vegas for work when I decided to push my flight back for the weekend. I decided to rent a motorcycle and thought I would go see the Grand Canyon. Stopped at the Hoover Dam just to say that I have been to the Hoover Dam. Then I climbed the stairs two at a time, past the families to see the view from the bypass bridge. And that view, well, it was terrifying. I got to the Lake Mead National Recreation Area gates, paid my fee, and that is when I learned of a flash flood warning. I proceeded to see my first tumbleweed. And boy, did that thing tumble right there before me. The mountains in the distance opened up in a way that you just don't see when you're looking through the windshield of a car or an SUV. I stopped at a Walmart Supercenter and then I bought the cheapest tent that they had in there. And that tent just so happened to have dinosaurs on it and was the size in which I had to sleep diagonally. Storm I was run from finally caught up to me, and as I climbed an elevation, rain and sleet started to bombard me. I stopped at a reservation gas station to buy gas and thicker gloves than the gloves that I had on me. And it was at this point where I wondered too late if I'd made a mistake when I decided to take on this journey. But then I reached the gates of the Grand Canyon. I paid my fee, and after a few miles of woods and trees, the Grand Canyon opened up in a way that you just don't see on screens. Took some panoramic photographs and watched the sunset as those rain clouds parted ways seemingly just for me. Then I set up my camp at the top of the Grand Canyon. I read Jack Kerouac until I fell asleep diagonally in my dinosaur tent. But as this trip was poorly planned, I awoke to a pain that was somewhat new to me. You see, the temperature had dropped to below freezing, and I could not stop my body from shivering. So I decided to put on all the clothes that I had with me over the clothes that I was already wearing. Those extra layers, they could not stop my shivers, so I did sit-ups until my body had enough heat for sleeping. Then I switched off between bouts of sleep, shivering, and exercise until the sun was bright enough to see. And it was at this point where I became convinced I was a sufferer of my own poor planning. So in the morning I dumped that dinosaur tent into a dumpster and started cruising along the southern rim. Suddenly, a giant elk stood before me, and I watched it glisten against the dawn as it took a look straight at me. And it was much later on that I learned that elk are actually the most aggressive animals in the Grand Canyon. I rode back all day to Las Vegas in a daze, just in time to drop the bike off at the rental place. Then I caught the red eye back home to New York. Slept the best sleep I ever slept on a plane, and then I went to work the next morning.